I have not found this in any spiritual teaching. If you did, you can let me know otherwise. But I genuinely think that one of the best things that you can do for your spiritual health is disengaging, removing yourself, or at least limiting yourself from interacting with toxic and narcissistic people. And one of the ways that you start doing that is by believing in yourself, by believing in your emotions and believing that they're trying to tell you something. However, a lot of spiritual teachings, especially new ones, seem to be pointing that we shouldn't be feeling certain things, certain difficult emotions. There seems to be a big emphasis on achieving eternal optimism state, high vibration. And if you're experiencing difficult emotions like anger, sadness, shame, it's an indicator of some sort of low vibrations, and it's an indicator that you somehow has done something to be in that state that you can manifest or imagine feeling differently, and it's going to happen. I think that this is quite harmful for people that are in toxic and narcissistic relationships. I have learned that we're meant to feel all of the emotions, and there are no good emotions versus bad emotions. They're just emotions. And anger is an outcome or indicator that someone has wronged me somewhere. There's been injustice done. And if you're dealing with narcissistic person where you're getting dismissed daily, when you've been lied to, when they told you, presented one version of themselves and it turned out to be something else, anger can be a really good thing because it can move you towards the action. It can move you towards something where you will choose a better path for yourself. If you get a message that you shouldn't feel the anger because there's some other higher plan that's been figured out for you and that you can just imagine it's not there, is that really good for you? I don't think so. For people that have been in narcissistic relationship, that grew up in narcissistic families and systems, they've received a message a while ago that whatever they're feeling, it doesn't matter. That narcissist sets the tone of how people should be feeling. A lot of people that grew up with narcissistic parents have been punished when they experience sadness or anger and rewarded when they were happy. So they're already used to self-blaming when they're experiencing emotions that are not indicator of something that's serving the narcissist. So messages that are coming from some of the spiritual teachings today further enable that and fall under the toxic positivity umbrella of just overemphasizing reaching eternal optimistic state and underemphasizing that reality of life is that other emotions are there to serve us as well. So if you're feeling angry, maybe because something has happened that indicates injustice, and it's not because your chakras are not aligned. And I'm not saying that all spirituality is bad. I certainly have benefited from exploring my inner world by practicing meditation, incorporating meditation into my day-to-day. It can be quite helpful. It's more that when we put emotions on this spectrum of good and bad and high vibration versus low vibration, and when we look for these solutions for the problems that are based in reality around us, in some sort of imagining a different state, it's not going to solve it. If you're in a toxic relationship, you will be in a toxic relationship no matter how much you meditate. Also, there's a reason why the spiritual space is a fertile ground for communal narcissists, and why a lot of cults are born in the space. Think about the twin flames, the I forgot the name of the one from the Wow documentary from HBO, and so many others, and constantly new ones popping up, because there's always the message that you shouldn't be feeling what you're feeling, and usually that person on the top has some sort of answers and the protocols and ideology to follow, and you should believe them. And in any narcissistic relationships, there's also a system set up where you shouldn't be believing in your own emotions. And narcissist is there to tell you what you should be feeling, and it's usually something that will serve them. I would say that narcissistic relationships of any kind are really, really damaging for our spirit, because they're keeping our light really, really dimmed, because narcissist not only wants all our light, but also wants to dim our light and push our spirit down. And that prevents us from giving to the world. It prevents us from giving empathy to people and to causes that deserve it. It's only after you remove yourself from these relationships and you disengage that you actually see that there is so much opportunity to kind of do good in the world and use your empathy and compassion for people and causes that are worthy of it. So I would say next time when you're considering paying money for astrology readers or realigning chakras, maybe save that money and for exit of whatever narcissistic relationship setup that you're in. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, please follow me, share that with someone who could benefit from this content. And let me know what you think. What has been your experience with some of the spiritual teachings on difficult emotions? Thank you.